set up your camera or whatever.
Yeah, you're right in this little
That's
corner.
the mic you're going to be on.
You already drink the water.
Oh, thank you. I try to get better at this, man. I'm kind of into it. I want to do a book one day. That's what I'm getting. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. You're a young guy, aren't you?
I'm 44.
Really?
You are young.
Oh my gosh.
I got to lose some weight.
Nutrimost.
What's that mean?
If it's a diet program.
Oh, we'll talk.
I lost 30.
If you want to use headphones, it's not necessary. If you want to, headphones are here. This is just your volume up and down. And there's the mic. Pretty much get as close as you. Yeah.
What is it called?
Oh, really?
Washable thing. Like I said, other than that, it's a personal preference.
At Lowe's,
Okay. Cool. Hey, thank you so much for your time. I like this.
Well, thanks for coming in.
I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
And like,
exactly.
you're
All right, you're past. You're gonna run in the '90s with the Columbus cops.
Oh, that was 2011.
Why does it say 96 in the thing you sent me? Scuffle leaves officer, man hurt.
Oh, that's when I helped save a policeman's life.
Oh,
I got two situations. Once where I saved a policeman's life, and once I almost got killed by a policeman. So I've got two situations.
All right, so we'll start with that. Just a little background.
Okay.
And then we'll go into what's your perspective on all of it, Ferguson, but mainly
Okay,
Baltimore. I want to be. I want to get points across, make good points, and have good discussion, but I also want to be entertained.
No, that's cool. I just
So
said
we
do your
wanna
thing. Dude, I've listened to you for years. It's cool.
Okay. Just checking.
You have to give me your name again.
Oh, Richard.
Richard Fair.
F-A-I-R.
Call 419-BEDHEAD to enroll now.
Oh, I like your name. Kind of ironically appropriate.
Oh, I try. Be fair to me, I'll be fair to you.
Exactly.
I like that.
Somebody's gonna have to run for office with that name. Maybe you can run for office.
I'm a Republican, and I hate that John State.
Oh, I'll see. Yeah. What do you do for a living, Richard?
Computer repairman. But, I dabble in politics. So I used to work for the Michigan Republican Party.
Did you? Okay.
Did you really? That's pretty wild.
Ricky on Facebook says it's called powder paint.
Powder paint, Susie.
Powder paint. Yeah, that stuff will come right off.
Is that immature? Because I think I'm going to do it.
It's very immature.
But I should do it, though.
But we need to do it. You can't solicit listeners to do it.
What?
You can't solicit listeners to do it.
No.
That's
Why?
how you get in trouble. Because you can't.
Is it against the law?
Well, I don't know. Painting
It
around
probably
a
is
pothole.
vandal. Well,
Yeah, maybe we are encouraging
Is
them.
it any different than taking sidewalk chalk?
Oh, sidewalk chalk.
I'm not going to do this.
But
Take
that's
too
on
much
the
time.
sidewalk. That's not on the street.
I'm not going to be graphic.
We got to draw penis, right?
Yeah, but I'm not going to I could be really crazy with it.
How much more graphic could you be?
Well, you could have
And if you
have
do it, you have to
I
do
can
it
make
right.
it spit. You don't want that. That's
You have
gross.
shading and everything. You should do it
I am
right.
not doing that. I want to be. I
I
want to
could
be.
draw a very good one. I'm a very good. I can draw that.
Then I think you ought to do one.
No, I
Take a picture and see whose is better.
There's the Facebook poll.
Who's got the better penis?
Yes.
Denny or Trisha? Why is this unfair? This should be on the air.
I don't
This is pretty funny.
Oh.
Well, it was trending like a week ago who could draw the best penis, so it's timely.
So this story was last week?
Maybe 2 weeks.
I seen it Mud Hen's opening day.
Well,
So
you
that's
just pulled it
Friday.
today, dude. Why did you just give it to me today? Or did you get this, or did I?
Well, I seen it that Friday of the Mud Hens.
Who pulled
Oh, well,
this
what the
story? Did
chicks
I have
draw on
it?
what?
penises.
The mystery artist, Wanksy. You pulled it
Yesterday.
yesterday.
This is yesterday.
Okay.
But the
I do have
drawing
it on
of
Facebook.
penises has been trending.
I'm a fan of all this. I kind of want to get mad. I fuck with them too, so I'm kind of one of those
Okay.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
So you got that whole conversation with
Oh, yeah. I touched on it since I walked.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. It is the Wednesday Hump Day broadcast. We are bringing it today. Let me tell you. Partly sunny today with a high of 65. It's 39 at the Cumulus compound. 419-240-1055. All right, we have the answer for all the potholes in Toledo. Spray paint. There's an artist, and he goes by the name of Wanksy. He has taken that washable spray paint. What's it called, Ted? Somebody told us on Facebook.
Powder paint is what Ricky said on Facebook.
Powder paint.
Yeah.
So what he did was, and I think we need to do it here, although Tricia reminded me that we can't encourage listeners to do it because they'd be breaking the law, and then my career would be over, and, everybody would be sad if Denny wasn't on the radio. Well, at least 8 or 9 people. Anyway, what he did was he went around to the potholes and he drew a big penis around them.
Yes, he did.
And the street crews or whatever in the city, and they freaked out, and they repair them a lot faster. So I want to see if that works. Just a little test.
Because it's more embarrassing to have a penis around a pothole than to just have a pothole. by itself.
Exactly. And Tricia was telling me how great she is at drawing penises. Now, I I don't know about that. You know, I gotta trust you.
I can draw.
So here's what we're gonna do.
When I put my mind to it, I'm a fairly decent artist.
I'm gonna swing by Lowe's or whatever, or one of my favorite hardware stores, and ask them for some powder paint, washable. What color would you like for your penis, Trish?
Well, I really have to think. I'm thinking maybe purple. Purple's one of my favorite colors. Red seems too obvious.
See, whatever sticks out the most. No pun intended.
Fuchsia.
I think like a lime green would be something
safety
very
orange.
bright.
Safety orange or yellow.
Maybe.
Maybe
and I'm going to do one,
like a yellow
and we'll see what
orange
happens.
so that it stands out.
And then we'll take pictures of our penises and see who's got the best one. Mine or Trish's. Oh my gosh. Hey, Andy Stewart, aren't you glad you brought us back? Yeah, you're a brilliant radio broadcaster. Anyway, quality radio this morning. All right, joining us in studio to talk about something very, very serious, what's going on. It's not only what's going on in Baltimore and Ferguson. I see there was a shooting. It's Cleveland. It's all over the place. Do I refer as black or African American? Because
I'm black, man. I'm not African.
I am. You're a very sexy man. Anyway, his name's Richard Fair. He's a local guy, and you listened to me for years, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, why can't I see you? You got to slide over a little so I can see you better.
There you go.
Better.
There you go. Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Pull the mic over. You can pull the mic over to you. Be comfortable. You want any coffee or anything?
No, I got water.
You want a cocktail?
Your people are wonderful.
Cocktail? My people?
Susie.
Like the green room?
Susie's my people.
Special Ted.
Anyway, Richard's a local guy, and as you said, he's black, and he is beautiful. And you have had experience with the police. You helped save a cop's life, and you are also involved in some kind of altercation.
Yeah, a cop almost killed me in Cleveland in 2011. He went nuts.
Okay, so first off, help save the cop. Give me like the Reader's Digest quick version of that.
Okay, 1998. It was ironically the day after Frank Sinatra died. You know, I was always big with Frank Sinatra. That's my man. I never.
Are you sure you're black?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Susie, take a picture of him.
That's my man. That's my man.
Hey, take a picture of him. Put him up on Facebook.
Maybe he just has a really dark tan.
He's got a great voice.
Ice Cube is number two, but Frank Sinatra's number one. You know what you gonna do?
That's a taste right there, Richard.
But I got involved with Republican politics in the mid '90s, and to make the long story short, I ended up getting invited to a campaign management school in 1988. And so what happens is I'm on break from campaign management school in Columbus on 5th Street. So I'm walking down the street and I look over. Now I like to say this first. I'm one of these people, I'm not into PC. You know, like I say white people, I say black people. I think everybody should be able to say what they want to say. One of the things I truly believe in is I believe the KKK should be able to march. I think Mark Twain, you should keep his books the way it is in school, but I also think Ice Cube should be able to say F the police if he wants. So I'm more, everybody say what you want to say, I say what I want to say. I just think it's, better that way. Okay, so I'm in campaign management school. I'm walking down the street, and I hear Irk. I look over, and it's a white guy. He walking down the street. He got a Jesse James mask over his face. And I'm like, what is
you don't
this?
see that every day.
Like a scarf over his face. Like, so next thing I know, is a cop pull out. Happen to be two white guys, right? So cop jump out. They get to fighting. I'm directly across the street. So as they get to fighting, they going back and forth. The gun goes off like boom. It was like an explosion, like boom. I'm directly across the street.
And this is in Cleveland, you said?
No, in Columbus.
Or Columbus. Okay.
Watching it all.
Yeah, watching it all. I don't know, 10, 15 feet away. So next thing I know, they spin around. The suspect is on top of the cop, and they're kind of going for the gun. I'm just standing there watching it. As luck would have it, another black guy, he was a construction worker. He leaps into action like super black man. He runs over there. He runs over there and he tackles the suspect. And so it happened to be another black guy too. So he comes and we trying to help the cop and everything. Second cop come on the scene. What do we see? He sees 3 black dudes.
Sure.
He about to start killing everybody. He's about to start shooting everybody. But luckily, it was white people who kind of came too, and they was like, "No, it was the white dude. It was the white dude." So the white people in the crowd saved us. God bless them. So I got a citation. I was able to go up politically just off the story because it was impressive. Everybody in Columbus met me, and I kind of was able to. It took my career in a whole different, whole different area.
All right, so that was when you were a hero. What about the other one?
2011. I'm working for JD Byrider.
JD
I was working for them.
Okay.
And they sent us over to Cleveland to the main place to go to a training. To go to a training. And so I'm driving like the training was in Cleveland, but I'm in a city called Fairfield, something like that. You know, like a little suburb or whatever.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm driving one of JD Byrider's cars. You know, I'm not really thinking nothing about it. The car's got badges all over it. So, you know, I drive down this little street. Next thing I know, you know, a cop gets behind me. You know, dude, nobody's looking for me. I'm not criminal. The only people looking for me is maybe a couple of bill collectors. That's about it.
You're in a JD Byrider car.
I mean, you know, hey. So, you know, I pull over, you know, lights come on. So the guy jumps out. But when he jumps out, he's running towards me with his gun. He don't got it out, but he's running towards me like he's about to do something.
The police officer.
Yeah, he's like, I know I got a couple seconds to make a decision. So what I do is, because, you know, he don't know me. Maybe he thinks I'm wrong. But what I do is I grab my license. As a salesperson, you got a salesperson's license in the state of Ohio. And I got a business card all in my pocket.
Sure.
So I put my hands out the window. This dude is going nuts. I mean, he's going crazy. Where'd you get this car? I mean, he's about to go crazy. Start about shoot. He's going crazy. So I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? So he beraced me for like 15, 20 minutes. He's going nuts. And, you know, so after a while, I had to actually literally go, dude, you're doing this to me because I'm black. You got to calm down. You got to calm down. And so once I said that, he did kind of calm down, but he was still mad. But I'm like, well, it's something I just had to do. You know, people, they'll go, we shouldn't bring up racial things. But sometimes, man, you just got to. It was one of those things.
Why did he pull you over in the first place? I'm still trying to figure that one out.
He said,
what was his excuse?
I got the war.
Driving while black.
No, he said I was doing 45 and 35. I'm like,
okay.
It was something crazy.
Was it Woodville?
No, it was outside.
Yeah, good one, Chad. Was it Woodville?
Okay, so to make a long story short, he goes back to his cruiser and he runs me. Now, personally, man, from a realistic standpoint, you know, everybody stereotypes, man. You know, like, I don't mind if you pull me over and you run me. That's cool. Do your job, man. But once nothing comes back, leave me alone.
Right.
Let me go about my way.
He didn't do that. He was a jerk.
Oh, he was crazy. So in the meantime, I was able to call, you know, my ex-wife at the time. You know, she was my wife at the time, and I was able to call her. So she was on the phone because I'm thinking if I call 911, they're going to erase the call, and then I'm dead. I don't know. I thought this man was going to kill me, and that's just how it went down. So he ended up coming back a couple more times, berating me. Another cop came. So eventually I was able to get out of there because I stayed somewhat calm. But if I'm a 40-something-year-old man, I'm 44 years old now, but at the time I'm like 41, 42, whatever it was. And, you know, it's a traumatic situation. So, but if this same thing happens to me when I'm like 19 or 20, you know, he would have killed me. I'd have been dead because I might have freaked out because he's going for his gun. I just
you
don't
wouldn't
know.
have been as calm and as
There's
controlled
no
as
you
way.
had maturity on your side.
Yeah,
You did.
19 years old, I ain't gonna make it.
So hindsight from that experience, did you hear anything about it after the fact? Like, did you get anything from the courts? Did you?
Oh, okay. He gave me a laundry list of tickets.
Did he?
No kidding.
He gave me a laundry list of tickets. But what I did was I went to court, and I wear a suit, you know, just to be professional.
Sure.
So I go, and you know, I go not guilty. So then it was like, well, you know, what do you want to do? So I contacted the prosecutor. I wrote a nice long letter. I got a cousin that's a lawyer, and I had her straighten it up. I paid her a little money,
Sure.
you know, because I believe paying, and I sent it over to the prosecutor. The prosecutor calls me up and goes, "You're not going to sue us, are you?"
So he knew they were in the wrong.
He knew it. But I more look at it like this, just on a personal level, even though the man, I think he really did this. But we all make mistakes, man. There's times where I've made mistakes in my life. And so I kind of thought, okay, do I do a Jesse Jackson Al Sharpton lead a march and, you know, burn this place down? Or do I let them try to work with the brother? So I more choose to give the brother some forgiveness, you know?
Yeah.
And I was comfortable that the prosecutor was really going to talk to him, you know? So I just chose to, you know, just let it go. So they dropped everything, man. Like,
did they?
They dropped everything.
Okay, that's what I
So
was
you got it. All right. So, but it could have escalated.
Yeah, it
You
was out of
remained
control.
calm,
It was out
and
of control.
you did, you know, everything that they asked you to do. All right. So now let's fast forward to what's going on in Baltimore. Monday night, it was crazy. 235 arrests, 15 building fires, 144 vehicles destroyed, 20 police officers hurt. Do you think, Richard, the biggest part of this is probably it's kids, it's teenagers, young 20s,
Most
who
definitely.
they don't know how to handle their emotions, and
Their brains aren't formed yet.
and are they thugs? Because that word gets thrown around, and President Obama didn't call them thugs. The mayor, who's black, called them thugs. And now you got a council guy says, oh, no, thug is code for the N-word. and you got Richard, what's his name? Sherman, who started it
And
back
I
a
said,
couple of years
have
ago.
you ever heard that? As a black man, have you ever heard thug being referenced to the N-word?
Yeah, like it depends on what context. Just like the N-word. The N-word has multiple meanings. The N-word can be my friend. The N-word can be you're my enemy. It has multiple meanings. Just like the word F-U. F-U has multiple. F-U. You say it in that way.
Smile, you're good.
You say anything with a smile.
But I consider it aggressive, like in traffic, and he want to fight me to death. I mean, it just So I'm not really into the whole semantics of they call them thugs or whatever. Dude, you shouldn't be out there tearing up stuff. I mean, nobody would agree with that. But let's say I can actually understand the flip side of it too. If I'm 16, 17 years old, I had a situation at Southwick Mall when I was 17 years old. I had worked at Seagate Center. I had made $291.38, and it was the most money in the world. So I got it all.
Everything,
I got it all in ones and fives, meaning a 20 and wrapped on the top. So I got a horse now. So me and my, so I go to Montgomery Wards in Southwick.
Monkey Wards.
Yeah.
I bought a refrigerator.
And I was gonna buy a radio.
Back in the day.
Like me and my couple of my boys, we 17. So I got money. All I know is they send these white guys from the back. These were some big dudes. They wasn't salespeople. They didn't have shirts and ties on. You could tell these dudes worked in the back.
They were security, yeah.
They weren't security. They was,
they were just
stalkers or whatever.
Oh, okay.
These dudes are big. So they come out like, y'all got to get out the store. Dude, I had money. $291.38, brother. I had money. So they escorting us out the store. And, it was enraging. It was appalling. So my friend Nolan, God bless him. Nolan starts with the, I ain't PC or nothing, so I love everybody, dude. My ex-wife is white, my kids is half white, they go to St. Ursula, I love everybody. But Nolan starts with he started a down with Whitey chant. And so somebody goes, roo, 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 roo. We walked through the middle of Southwick Mall, and after a while, it was kind of like we started picking up other people. So it goes, it's like Jesus with the disciples. You got John, Paul, George, and Rico, everybody else. So next thing you know, it's about maybe 20 or 30 of us, and I'm 6'5" and pretty.
You are pretty.
It's a whole bunch of us, man. So it had to look like, let's say you walking in the mall that day. You might have been traumatized for the rest of your life.
I would have loved it.
All I know is 50 black guys walking through the middle of Southwick Mall saying down with Whitey. So I think, let's say the riot thing with the kids, what I know is they got out of school, they let them out of school early.
Which is not a good combination.
Oh, it was a mistake.
They had no place to be.
The mayor is a moron. She's a
Keep
dummy.
them in school.
That mayor is she's fine though. I give her that. She looks good.
She's an attractive woman.
I met Kathleen Harris once. That was the Secretary of State of Florida. She's fine. Yeah, she's okay.
There you go.
She's all right. She's a nice dresser. I give her that. But rocks in the head. So that's how I look at the mayor of Baltimore. That people will go, well, you shouldn't put her down because she's a dummy. Like I would have had me personally. I can understand the young people's perspective, but me, I'm more, man. If it's my neighborhood, dude, I'd have had the National Guard on standby. That's what I would have did. And if you
we're there, and that's why it was quiet.
You got to do it. So,
all right, Richard's hanging out with us. After break, we'll do another segment with him. We're talking about what's going on in Baltimore. Just try to give you a different kind of perspective just so you can have more information to process it all. Because there's always something else that's going on. Let me just, before I get to the break, let me just say this. I don't agree with what they're doing. I think it's insane to riot and destroy businesses, but I get why they're doing it. It's the wrong way to try to make change. It just is. But I get why they're doing it. We'll break that down next. Star 105.
Dude, that's good. Like what you just said is actually good. Sorry.
Celebrating 43 years serving Toledo for less than $5 per week average cost.
This Look at You Right Now traffic is also brought to you by Groganstown. In Perrysburg, there's an overturned semi on Dixie Highway just south of 5 Point Road. Beep, beep. Groganstown is featuring the 2015 Chrysler 300 Limited. During the 2015 awards season event, you can lease it for $225 per month. Groganstown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 6100 Telegraph Road, or groganstown.com. This has been a Look at You Right Now traffic.
Hey, it's Jenna, and here's your radar.
Oh, you're doing great.
You're funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Have you
good.
have you do a lot of radio interviews?
I've done a few over here.
You're good, man. Really good.
Fun.
I think
I like it when I
people
can
can
sit back and
definitely relate. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Well, that's what about
Very,
Trump
very
is
likable
awesome.
and-
Yeah.
Dude, I love everybody,
And
man.
with 4 white folk in the room, I think it's good that he's here too to just explain it.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like
Yeah,
I always
exactly.
watch these shows. Like I watch Fox you know, I watch MSNBC, and every time I see one of these discussions on race, and it's like it's all white people. They're not dissing anybody, but
Still, it's all white people.
It's weird. It's like
I have no idea.
If you had a situation, it was some woman who was abused,
Right.
and everybody on the panel was
a man.
It was all, let's say, it was all black guys. I would go, well, there's no women on the panel. I mean, it would just be odd to me.
It happens.
But you know what you do? I mean, you short staff. Dog, I thought this place was way bigger than this. You know, like I thought you had a butler and everything, man.
All the stations and everything.
My last studio was what, about 3 times this size, 4 times?
Oh yes.
Why didn't you come?
Industry?
I heard one day on the radio you said you came back because of family and all. You know, that was actually really it.
That's it.
Man, that's cool. I'm married, brother. I'm glad you married.
I was tired of living in the South.
Yeah.
And have to deal with, okay, we going home for Christmas? Oh, so-and-so's getting married. Do we go up for that? I got tired of all of it. And I just got tired of the Southern. I love the weather, but it's a lot, especially in Louisiana. It's just a whole different culture thing down there. It just really is.
Are your parents still around?
My mom.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Who's listening, by the way?
Of course.
Oh, listens every day.
Okay.
She goes home today, doesn't she?
She does. She had a pacemaker put in. I should call her and see if she wants to go on the air. Have her critique the show.
That'd be funny.
She goes, why do you have to talk about poop so much?
Well,
That's mother's brother.
And there was penis chat earlier.
Yeah, get her permission if you can draw a penis and puzzles.
Oh, she won't. She won't.
I don't think.
Yeah, you Catholic?
I was born and raised Catholic. Now I'm just an evangelical Christian who loves Jesus. That's me.
Hey, you know the difference, right? My mother sent me to evangelical elementary school, so I can still do Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth,
Nice.
But when they have the big Christian breakfasts, like I'm cool with Bill Zahori, the dentist, right? You know, he's a prayer warrior. But he'll go on, and everybody be praying. But after about 5-10 minutes, the Catholic brothers are looking around like,
Wrap it up.
Evangelicals, they go on, dude, they go on.
We have one evangelical, so to speak, that goes to I go to St. Pat's Other Down. And every now and then she will and I just love it. Every now and then she'll just say, Amen. Amen. In the Catholic quiet. Can you see that at St. Pat's?
Oh, yeah.
Formal.
Oh, yeah, they're very formal. Very formal. Oh, yeah. Amen. Amen. And I just love it. I smile every time she does it.
I think the Protestants and Catholics went to war back in the Middle Ages because church was too long. And that's what it started.
Exactly. So you got
all right, after this segment, Tristan, you and I have to admit we were wrong.
What'd we do?
I'll explain.
I was wrong?
Me and you.
Oh.
I wish I bet candy bars.
Oh, because we didn't think that, what's his name would get the ratings? Is it Bruce Jenner's?
I can't tell you. It's called Radio Tease. Is this our last spot?
Yes.
Richard, it's so much fun having you.
Thank you. Have me again.
Okay.
I want to do a book and call it Every Question You Want to Ask the Black Person or Every Question You Want to Ask the Blacks. You know, like, let's say I always had a situation where after the LA riots, you know, back in the day, you know, good white brother, I think 99% of people are cool.
Yeah.
But people don't know what to say. You know, some people are so sensitive, but they would come up to me and go, why are all the blacks rioting in LA?
Like, because you know all of them.
I don't know.
You know them personally.
I think you're supposed to speak for them.
Well, you know, I know what it meant, though, man. It wasn't.
Well, it wasn't
like
when you travel,
they don't know what to say.
And you say you're from Ohio, they say, "Oh, do you know so-and-so?" It's a big state.
20 million people.
You know, they all know each other.
We are at the halfway point of our Wednesday broadcast. Hump Day. Partly sunny, nice today. High of 65. 39 here at the Cumulus compound. Ted's here, Trish is here, Susie's here, and Richard Fair's here. A giant, beautiful black man. And
he said he's pretty, and he is.
6'5" and pretty. 6'5" and pretty.
we got to get a picture with all of us, and then
oh God, I'll put it on my Facebook.
I'm gonna put it on my.
And hello to Denny's mother. They told me you listen every day, and I like to say hello. I'm a big fan.
Aww.
Your son, he's great.
Thank you. Well, I talk about poop too much. She says
you have darling eyes too. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Yeah, your eyes are darling.
Thank you. I think you and I are having a moment here. I love it. Anyway, you're a lot of fun. You got great stories. That story walking out Southwick was just absolutely awesome. So let me just start out and finish up our last segment with you is, you know, President Obama called them criminals. The mayor called them thugs. But I understand it. I understand the frustration of people that believe that they're being targeted by the police because of their skin color. I understand it. I don't like the method that they're doing because in this country,
nobody does.
You got to change it with politics. That's the only way you can do it.
Don't you think a lot of it too is just kids being kids?
Yeah, it's like
because they don't have a school to go to. The school's closed, which is insane.
All of this stuff that just continues to keep happening. You know, people can go, oh, we can just get over it, whatever. But these are almost declarations of war. From time to time, they just keep happening.
Yeah.
And so, you know, not blaming anybody, but dude, we're still Americans. All of us are Americans. Every one of us want blood to an extent. 9/11 happened. You know, there's going to be some payback. I mean, it's just, that's just how it's going to be. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But I believe in a game playing a game called What Would I Do? You know, what would I do? One of the things, let's say, since I am black and Republican, and black people love me though. Like, I don't get none of that time thing because, you know, you start some crazy stuff. I'm cussing you out. That's just how it go down. But, you know, they'll go, how can you support George Bush? You know, he started the war. He did X, Y, and Z. And I'll go, well, if I'm the king, I mean, if I'm the president of the United States when 9/11 happened, somebody going to pay for it. I'm going to do something. You got to send a message. That's just how it's going to go down. Like, so what was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to, you know, show a force in Afghanistan? The Russians turned it into bedrock. It ain't nothing there. The Iranians, it's 75 to 80 million of them, too big to contain. Who don't I like in that region? I'm sending a message, just like every drug dealer in this city would do. That's just how it's going down. So for me, I like to look at it from, you know, everybody's perspective. So I just think if I'm, as a 44-year-old man, it's crazy to burn down your stuff. But if I'm 17 years old and this thing that went down and there's some free Michael Jordans at the mall, there's a bunch of free stuff. Let's be realistic. People are gonna do it. You know, we all. If an armored car fell off right now, I'm sure everybody in this room would want some of the money. You know, you might keep driving, but she might run off with the bag of money. You just never know. You never know. So I look at it more like that. But we do got to do better. And I think the reason why I came for all of this is, I think how we make it better is just we talk. Yeah, that's how you do it. What's cool about America is we are not Rwanda. We are not Yugoslavia. We are not the Ukraine. Those people get mad. It's mass killings on mass scales. Right. We had these things that jump up from time to time, but by and large, 99% of people are going to be okay. And when I sent you the email, Denny, I had looked it up. The black population in Baltimore is 620,000 people. I saw maybe a few thousand people, tearing up stuff, and they was, being disruptive. And I say arrest them all, put them in jail, whatever. Right. I'm not for that, but that's not a reflection on everybody else. So that was one of the things.
The problem is stupid, ignorant people throw everybody under the bus.
Exactly.
That all black people are this way, and that's just stupid.
That's exactly why I came. It's like,
and it would be nice if the police force reflected the population of the community.
See, I don't even know. Like, let's say I've had negative experience with black cops too. If you look at the movie Boys in the Hood, it's a whole scene where the villain cop is the black cop. So a lot of times it's not even a racial thing. And so
it's the uniform.
It's the blue. And let's say one of the things I would like to say. I do find it interesting when people go, black people need to take responsibility. Yes, you are right. And every black leader, even though I am Republican, every black so-called leader, they'll all talk about responsibility. They'll all talk about this is wrong or whatever. But on the flip side, if you're a white person running around going, you need to take responsibility, well, you can't. You got to say the same thing to some cops too. Some cops need to turn in some other cops too, but I never see them doing it. I mean, not saying they're any less than anybody else, because attorneys ain't turning each other in. Radio hosts ain't turning each other in. I'm sure you know stuff about these other guys around here, but you ain't saying nothing.
Oh yeah, but I'm holding on to it because when I can use it, I'm all over that.
Like a woman.
I just want us all to get along.
All right, let me ask you this before you're done. What do you make of the whole Black Lives Matter campaign?
I think it's necessary. I think you have to have it. I understand, the flip side. People will go, well, in Chicago, it's doing X, Y, and Z, but that's more 20,000 foot broad situation. When things happen, a lot of times they're happening to you as an individual. That's me as an example. Every black man that I've ever had a conversation with, including a lot of the ones that you see in Republican TV that I actually know or have met, because it ain't that many of us. Our degree of separation is only like one. Every black man I've ever met that had the conversation, we all got some crazy situation where the police have pulled you over or security guard or something. It's so outrageous. It's just, somebody has to say something. And it would be the equivalent if I said, let's say a woman is sharing her experience of being abused. And then I'm going, well, you know, why are we talking about you? Why are we talking about Natalie Holloway when there's white girls in Toledo who are on crystal meth? You would go, are you a moron? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, I'm talking about a personal situation that's happened to me and somebody else I know. So, you know, I know people don't like it, but, you know, such is life.
All right, let me grab a call. Put your headphones on so you can hear him. It's Mark wants to weigh in on our conversation. Mark, you're on Star 105 with Richard Fair.
Hello, Brother Mark.
Hey, Denny, great guys. I just like to say a couple things. First of all, and you know, I hope this doesn't come across as being racist, but
Oh, brother, I love you. Say whatever you like.
nothing makes me more proud as a white American than to see a successful, well-spoken black man articulate what he's trying to articulate and get his point across, and that sounds like a victim. It just really makes me feel good as an American. Second of all, if you ever decide to run for office, I want to have a sign of yours in my front yard.
Oh.
The name is Richard Fair, dude. You're great.
And his last name is Fair.
Yeah.
He is fair.
I mean, how appropriate would that be?
I mean, does that offend you when he says
No,
as
I
a black
understand.
man? See, I that bothers me.
No, I don't
I'm
think-
not picking on Mark. It's just I think we as broadcasters, and this is what I try to do, we need to change the narrative. The narrative is he's a well-spoken human being who pays attention, who's very smart, and he obviously cares. And that's what the narrative needs to be.
Hey, Danny, and I get that, and I truly understand what you're trying to say. But you know, I live out in the world, and it's not like that, dude. I mean, it really isn't, and unfortunately, it isn't like that. And I think Richard would agree with me.
Yeah, but if we stop using color in our conversations, because most of the time it doesn't matter unless you're looking for somebody and you're describing that person.
It has to work both ways, though, and it can't just be the white guy not using the color.
No, I agree with you. It's everybody. Everybody has to stop using color in just general conversation.
I think that's hard to do, though,
change.
because that's how we're raised, man. We're Americans. Like, it would be like when people say you shouldn't use the N-word, hypothetically. That would be like saying we're going to ban the FU word. I mean, come on. It's in the lexicon.
It is at my house. Mark, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right. Darn it, there was something else I was going to mention.
Let me ask you about the Black Lives Matter. Do
Yeah,
you think it would have been more effective if it was all lives matter?
No, I think...
You know what I mean? Because I don't... We're so divided, I think, now more than ever, or at least there's a spotlight on how we're divided racially. And do you think that adds to it? Do you think more people would come together if it was more of an all lives matter, we are a collective unit instead of just Black Lives Matter? I know what happened, but what?
No, I mean, like in a perfect world, you would be right. In a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world.
Yeah, but
like,
we got to shoot for it, don't we?
No, I mean, how do you do that? It would be like
by just treating people right and loving on people.
Well, that'd be nice, but I mean, when women do on college campuses, visual against the rape order, they're talking about their issue. I mean, because rape is not necessarily an issue for me. I'm not raping anybody. I've never been raped, but if a woman is talking about her situation, she's going to use verbiage like that. It's almost like people are going, you shouldn't be politically correct. But then you want me to be politically correct by going, all lives matter. Black men, as in America, we have a problem with being unarmed and being shot down by police. Not
or having
police.
your spinal cord severed.
Yeah, dude, it's just bad. It's
that
not
is just messed up. They've completely blown that.
It's not a reflection on all cops, but, when black people are out there running around doing stuff, that's not a reflection on me either, so.
Right.
I just don't know what you do. But to answer your question, I just disagree. I think you have to have Black Lives Matter. There ain't no way around it.
All right, Richard Fair, it was a pleasure having you in studio.
God bless
we
you.
are going to have you back.
One last thing. I would like to have one thing, and everybody can call Denny and say this to him. I'm working on a project. Every question you want to ask a black person or every question you want to ask the blacks. So call Denny.
You're writing a book.
He wants to write a book.
Are you working on it?
Yeah. It's like, but I'm like, I didn't really do that well at school. I'm okay now, but I write a lot better because I started arguing with people on Facebook. It helped me with my writing, but it's one of those projects I'd like to do. So I like anybody's input, So
what's the title of
any question you wanted to ask a black person or any question man. Or a black man or specifically,
yeah, they're going to be
the
perverted.
blacks.
I can guarantee you that.
Let's go. God bless you.
Anyway, you're a lot of fun, and thanks for coming in.
And God bless you. I appreciate you.
Definitely going to have you back. All right, 8:11, Trish, you and I, we have to admit we were wrong.
No.
And we'll do
Hell
that
hasn't
next.
Frozen over.
Yes, we'll take care of that next. Star 105.
WWM Sylvania Toledo, a Cumulus station. Star 105 right now. Traffic. Driven by SuperFitnessToledo.com. Celebrating 43 years serving Toledo for less than $5 per week average cost.
In Perrysburg, Dixie Highway is closed between 5 Point and Reitz due to an overturned semi. We're also getting reports of slow traffic on 475 eastbound to 75 northbound, 75 northbound at Berdan, and on 280 southbound near Wallbridge Road due to road work. Beep beep. This has been a look at your right now traffic.
Star 105 weather from the
You want me to
Generators
kill
Plus
news?
Company Weather Center. Life is better with power from Generators Plus Company.
Here's your Star 105 forecast for today. Partly sunny with a high in the mid-60s. For tonight and tomorrow, cloudy with the chance of showers with a low tonight of 42 and a high tomorrow of 57. And for Friday, sunny with a high in the mid-60s. Right now it's 42 degrees at the Cumulus compound in Star 105.
Kubota is proud to be driven by perfection.
All right, let's get a picture with Richard before he
Yeah.
goes.
Perfectionists use
There's a